What's up, everybody? Today we got another Master View review for you. What do you know? We are going to be taking a look at Savage He Man, and he also includes Orko, as you can see. This is kind of a deluxe box, but I'll get into that a little more later. It's the size of the box and everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at this packaging. We've got He Man, we've got a power sword, 2 extra fists, the battle axe, and Orko is what we can see in here right off the bat. On this side, we just have Savage He Man, and then some really cool box art on the back. I think I'm going to do a video ranking my favorite box arts because some of these are just amazing. Some of them I'm not the biggest fan of, but some of them I really enjoy. And this side panel, just really nice. I just really like it. The artwork is just cool. It says here on the back, and I'll go ahead and post up a little caption of this so you can read it yourself. If you would like, you can pause it. It says, Savage He Man, the most powerful primate in the universe. For years, it was assumed that Prince Adam could only call upon the power of Grayskull using the Sword of Power. But what happens if he did not raise aloft his magic sword and still said, by the power of Grayskull? The answer? Savage He Man, a combination of primal rage and all the power in the universe. He Man tears through Eternia in an uncontrolled rampage, leaving his friends, hoping that Adam is in there somewhere. Pretty cool. If you have not checked out the Masters of the Universe Revelation show on Netflix, I do recommend that. I quite enjoyed it. It goes into some of the other characters' backstories that maybe you've been wondering about. Maybe not. Maybe you just care about He-Man's story, but I enjoyed learning more about some of the other characters, so I thought the Revelation Netflix series was actually really good. Let's go ahead and dive down close, pull him out of the box, and take a better look. What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be taking a look at Savage He Man up close and personal. In the first part of the video, we went ahead and take a look at the outside of the box, some of the artwork, and kind of looked at what we saw in the box from the outside. And one thing that I did miss was this really cool spear that you'll see Savage He Man's holding right now. We'll take a closer look at that in just a second. Also, Orko did come with a little clear base here. It's pretty wobbly, and we are going to look at Orko as soon as we're done looking at Savage He Man. So I'm going to go ahead and pull him off to the side. And now we'll start with the little hand accessories. So He-Man did come with an open right hand, and he's definitely got some crud between his fingers. I like some of the wash that they did on him, but I feel like some of it was just a little excessive. So I might clean some of it off. He just looks pretty filthy. So there are the 2 hands. He does come with 4 hands, so he comes with 2 open hands and then 2 grabby hands. Set these off to the side. He also comes with a Master Sword, and I'm not really sure why he comes with the Master Sword, because Savage He Man turned into Savage He Man because it's what happened when he called on the power of Grayskull without the Power Sword. But I am happy that they included a Power Sword so that we can use it with other characters. So never bad to have an extra Power Sword. The second weapon that he came with is this extra large battle axe, and you can see the battle damage on it. It is a great looking axe. I like the handle. I almost wish they would have done like a leather wrap on the handle, made it look a little more barbaric, kind of like what we've got going on up here on the spear, instead of the nice clean wrap, but it's okay. It is what it is, you know. It reminds me of the axe that came with Grizzlor, only it doesn't really have the symbol there in the middle for Hordak and the Horde. So let's go ahead and put the axe to the side. And now let's get this spear out of his hand. Now, Savage He Man, I think I got him. Yeah, I think I got him good now. But he was kind of hard to position at first. So this actually looks like an arrowhead. It's really cool. It looks like stone and then some wrapping around there. This is a really cool weapon. And I enjoy it. It's long. Just exactly what you think a Savage He Man would have. As far as the character himself, he does come with a different loincloth. He does not have a belt, which I understand why they did it for the character, but I don't really like the look of this right here. So I might trade his loincloth with a different one. seems to be pretty hard rubber, not as soft as some of the others. And then his hair that you can see, it comes down his back here, and it does prevent him from looking up. I know some other people have said that in their reviews, but it does prevent him from looking up a whole lot. I feel like that's pretty good. He's at least looking forward. He doesn't appear to be looking at the ground. And then this cut right here kind of lets you lean him back a little bit as well, so he can look up a little higher. He does have the standard articulation of Masterverse figures with 30 points of articulation. I'm going to go ahead and pop his head off so I can get a little bit better look myself at something. So one thing that I noticed on this character is these neck muscles appear to be a lot bigger, and his lats here on the side appear to be bigger than the buck that came with the original He-Man in the Masterverse line. So I'm probably going to have to get him out and compare those, because I think that the lower and everything is the same other than the shins and the feet. But I think the top of this torso is different. I don't think this is the same torso that we got on other He-Man figures. And I like this torso. So I may use this torso to kind of create a customized kit bashed He-Man, because I'm really a fan of the torso. So if we can get these pants changed, that might be something that we have to look into. I'll just go ahead and show you some basic articulation on one side of the character. It will be the same on both. His head does rotate a little bit left and right, but because of the hair sculpt and these large neck muscles, he doesn't really turn that much. He will look down just a bit, but again, he's got the hair right here that blocks him. So the head doesn't articulate as well as some of the other characters unless you pop a different head on him. As far as his arms, he's got the same bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, articulating wrists. It goes down, it goes up, and it turns in a circle. As far as the legs, we have the thigh cut, the classic double jointed knee, and that top joint stiff. Classic double jointed knee here. Ankle cut, foot swivel, and rotation. I just want to look at these calves. Just the little bit of wash that they put on here really pops some of the muscles. I feel like it's just a little too dark in some areas, so it could be lightened up, but I think a light wash would be great basically across the line of these He-Man figures, just because it accentuates his muscles so much. Let's go ahead and try out the battle axe. The battle axe handle appears to be the same basic size as the Master Sword, so we're probably not going to try the Master Sword just because I don't see this character with the Master Sword. He's more of a battle axe type guy, especially in the Revelation show. Now, one comment I do want to make about him, which if you guys have seen the Revelation show, you'll know this already, but he's a little smaller. I do think they changed his upper torso to make him a little bit more beefy than the standard He-Man. However, he should be as big as Skelegod. In the cartoon, he may have even been a hair bigger than Skelegod. He turned into a massive Hulk-like figure, and kind of like what you see here on the artwork in the back. Just a huge beast of a man. So it would have been cool if he would have been closer to the size of Skelegod, and maybe use this body for the regular He-Man. But this is what we got. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at Orko. There's not a whole lot to him. So he does have a head that rotates 360 degrees, goes up, down, quite far back. His ears are pointing down. I wish they gave us the option to rotate these ears, but they didn't, so they're just kind of going to be pointed down no matter what. I wish that they just turned. I don't think it would have been that much harder to make them turn so we could have some alert Orko ears. As far as his arms go, it looks like they're on a little ball joint. We don't have any articulation in the wrist or the elbow. They just kind of go up and down. His little stand is connected up under his shirt, and it is very, very loose. The base hinge is not as loose as the hinge up there, but it is very loose. So you got to be careful. Sometimes he will just fall all the way forward or back, just depending on how you have him positioned. As far as his accessories, he really doesn't come with anything. His head will pop off, and then you can take off his scarf, which is also kind of popped on the ball joint here. He does not have his classic O on his shirt, which I think is kind of weird. I think that was a trademark of Orko, and I'm not exactly sure why that's not on there. If you wanted to take the scarf off and just see what he looks like with his head, definitely lacking something there, because you can see that joint right here. So I would say keep the scarf on, and it covers up the fact that he's not got the O on his chest. We do have a new Orko coming out, Orko the White from the Revelation series. He will be coming out in a 2-pack with Gwildor, so definitely wanting to pick that up so you can look at the other Orko. But this is what we got as far as this one goes. He's cool to just stand there, but I feel like not really useful for much else. I feel like they could have done a little more with him. So after I got him out of the box and found out what he was all about, I am a little more disappointed in the Orko than I am in the Savage He Man. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll put Savage He Man back over here with Orko. And now we have reached the conclusion of the video. So thanks again. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.